Hello and welcome to this edition of All Things Marketing with Gillian Rusike. We are coming to you live from ZTN Studios in Harare, Zimbabwe. All Things Marketing is a program where we critique, analyze, celebrate, inform, and educate about marketing in the country. Tonight in the studio, I'm joined by a very special guest, Miss O, popularly known as Vakoma. She is a big, huge proponent of business etiquette and image. Do not go away. I hope you enjoy this very informative program. Hello, Miss O. Thank you so much for joining me tonight in the studio. It's my pleasure to host you.
Thank you, Gillian. It is also my pleasure to be here.
Indeed, I'm so excited because today I'm going to learn about business etiquette. I'm going to learn about how to conduct myself in front of an audience, if I'm hosting them or I'm being hosted.
Yes, you are. And business etiquette is a long topic.
Definitely.
Today, we are going to touch on networking or business networking for business growth.
Where are we starting from?
We're starting with the handbag, because when you are going for an event, if you're a woman, you carry a handbag. If you're a man, sometimes you carry your iPad or your folder. If you are going to dine, your handbag does not sit on the floor.
Okay.
I'll show you where it sits when you are dining, when we come to dining.
Thank you.
If you are going for a meeting, your handbag does not sit on the table for the meeting. It sits on your lap. But how you carry it, if it has got handles, short handles like this, it's either you hold in the palm by the side, or you put by the elbow, and you walk like this. But I've seen a lot of people who force this bag on their shoulders. This is a no-no for women.
Yes.
When it has a long sling like this, that's when you put it on your shoulder. And you put it on your left side. And you balance the shoulder so that the handbag does not fall by holding the sling at the end. And your handbag should never touch a floor. If you are a man, you hold your folder in your left hand again.
Or left hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Your fingers balance like this, then you do like this. Never put your folder under your arms or your clutch bag under your arms. It's in the palm, down like this. The closest to the underarm is when you put it on your elbow.
On your elbow.
Never under the arms.
Men, very interesting education here. When you're carrying a folder or something heavy and you are going for a meeting, whether it's a dinner, it's a lunch, or it's a breakfast meeting, you do not put your folders under your armpit. It is not professional. The guru is speaking. Yes, Miss O.
Then when you get to the event, the next thing is you greet people. Now we are out of COVID, handshakes are back and they are allowed. When handshaking a man to a man is different when handshaking a woman to a woman. It's also different when you are handshaking a man to a woman. So we'll start with the man to a man. For now, Vakoma becomes a man.
Yes, Vakoma.
And Gillian, a man.
A man.
We have what we call, which is standard across the world, a three-web handshake. Where we do 1, 2, 3. And as men, you can continue conversing while holding your hands. And sometimes another man will put his hand on top here. It's non-verbal communication that it's good to see you, Gillian. It's been long. So if you are to meet Gillian again tomorrow, don't put your hand on top, because how have you missed him within the 24 hours?
I've got a question. I've encountered a lot of people, when they do their handshakes, they just and they release. And it's quite prevalent with a lot of other, of people from other, let me use especially the white community. You know, they don't do the three-way that you are talking of. It's usually a one grip and they release.
If it's a man to a man, you are also allowed this grip.
And
it can be longer if it's a man to a man. And you can exercise your powers if it's a man.
You're showing each other that
yes,
I'm strong.
I'm strong, you are strong, we are both men.
Excellent.
That's allowed.
Excellent.
But when it comes to a woman, we do a firm but sweet handshake because we are delicate. Women are delicate, and we can also converse while holding our hands because we are of the same sex.
As women,
yes. But when it comes to a man and a woman,
yes, that's the interesting one.
The handshake has to be firm and sweet, but it does not take long.
Oh, it's about the time frame.
And you quickly release. You can't keep holding a woman who is not your woman's hand for longer. So it's a firm, sweet, and you release. And if you do this as a woman, it's a banana handshake. You are just communicating non-verbally that I don't want to handshake you because you are dirty. And it's not allowed to do
release
this.
Like that.
And men, if you are greeting a woman, don't squeeze the fingers. Don't also...
Shake it.
Yeah, because we are women. And worse, the young ones, don't scratch a woman under the hand when you do a handshake.
I've seen that habit. Camera, take this part. Yes. There are men who have got this habit of doing this.
That's sexual abuse. And someone can report you and you can be arrested for sexual abuse. If you love a woman, if you like a woman, be man enough, face the woman and tell her in the face.
Than to do all these acts. This is what we do at All Things Marketing. You are taught how to be professional at every contact. She has just demonstrated how you put your handshake through. Let's proceed, Miss O.
Then sometimes people do not do handshakes, but do hugs.
Yes.
It's also proper to do hugs.
Winter is here.
Yes.
Hugs are more common.
Yes. A man to a man. Let's say Vakoma is a man.
Yes.
I can be as close to you as and sometimes men do this and do the shoulder.
yes.
It's allowed because it's also exercising the power they have as a man.
All right.
When it's a woman to a woman, that's when now we don't put a hand on top when we've missed somebody. We communicate by giving a hug and a squeeze, and that's allowed. But if you are hugging a man who is as a woman who is not your man, men do not control hugs because they want the hugs.
Want everything.
Yes, but women are the ones who control the hugs.
Yes.
You put a stopper by putting your right leg in front.
Forward.
You are marking your territory that you can't go further than this. But men being men, they can also then invade in that territory. They can find their way. So as a woman, you extend your body.
You
to hug
move your
a
body
man.
forward like this.
Yes. So you mark the territory and extend your body. Then let's say you have met Gillian. He does not want a hug.
Yes.
Don't tell me, if I come, don't hug me, my wife is here. You do it non-verbally.
Wives, listen, it's very important that we understand.
So you just block Wakoma, put a territory
as a man.
Yes, a man.
And extend
a hand. You are just communicating to Wakoma, no hugs today, I prefer a handshake.
You want to be professional. It is important that you understand some of these things that we teach and we inform and we get educated on All Things Marketing. Don't go away. All Things Marketing with Gillian Rusike. We'll be right back. Let's talk about business cards. Almost every one of us, we move around with our business cards and you are meeting your client, your person you are hosting. How do you handle the business card exchange?
I'll start with the current ones, the digital, where now people move with one business card and people scan.
Yes.
But there are people whose phones cannot scan. Yes. The best you can do is take a picture. Then when you have time, you save the numbers. When it's a hard copy like the one I'm holding, please note you cannot hand over or receive a business card with a left hand. Even our own Zimbabwean culture, etiquette is against that. So you hold your business card in the right.
In the right?
Then if I am to pass you, you then move yours to the left.
Okay, like this?
And you receive mine.
On my right.
Then you move mine to the left.
Okay.
And put yours in the right.
Okay.
Then I receive it. When handing over the business card, where it's written the name,
yes,
should be facing the person who is receiving, so that by the time she receives the business card, he would have read your name and where you work. So you pass whilst facing the person who is receiving.
Oh, yes.
If someone hands you a business card with 2 hands, you also receive with 2 hands.
Oh, with 2 hands like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And you also pass then with 2 hands.
Even mine with 2 hands?
Hands like this.
Wow.
And don't put away your business card in the pocket or in the handbag. Study it, because that's where the conversation starts. It's not proper for me to receive a business card with all the information. Then I ask, your name again, which organization do you work for, when everything is summarized.
It summarizes the business card. There you have it, viewers. Very informative, very educative. And I'm sure after this show, you will like to put these things into practice. Welcome back to All Things Marketing with Gillian Rusike. I am your host, and tonight we are coming to you live from ZTN Studios in Harare, Zimbabwe. I'm hosting Miss O. Wakoma, and we are talking about business etiquette. I'm sure we have learned in the first part. Welcome back, Wakoma. What are we talking about?
Thank you, Gillian. We're now going into business body language, where I'm going to cover how we walk, how we stand, and how we sit, and the poise and posture you give when making a presentation. Yes. Starting with how we stand as a woman. Women, we are allowed to stand with our legs apart when we're making a presentation, a pitch, or a speech. We are also allowed to stand with a stance, that is one leg in front, depends on which leg is strong for you. It can be a left or a right. This gives you a balance. And how then you release your hands, you put them on the side, or you lock them and you do like this when making a speech. Locking your hands helps you in making unnecessary gestures, because the moment you want to say there, you can hardly release your hands, and by the moment you want to finish, it doesn't throw over all your hands. You end up saying there, which is proper etiquette. And men, they stand with their legs apart like this if they're making a presentation, a speech, or a pitch. But if you are speaking to someone who is older than you, like your parents, you are speaking to your immediate supervisor or your boss, someone who is senior at your workplace, or a politician, you put your legs together, both men and women. It's a sign of respect. That's why at school we're taught at assembly to stand like this. And when walking, a woman, you put your tummy in. The moment you put your tummy in, your shoulders are back, your chest is high, is out, and your chin is high, and you carry a smile. You announce yourself in the room. You don't walk into the room, because if you walk in the room, you put your chin down and your shoulders are like this. It's communicating that you are afraid and you don't know what you want. But if you put your tongue in, your shoulders back, chest out, chin high, carry a smile, you are exuding power and knowledge and confidence.
There you have it, viewers. Very informative. When you present yourself, the issue of confidence is very, very critical. Even the stamina, the stance in which you stand, either you open your legs or you close your legs. It depends with the circumstances. We are learning on All Things Marketing. Let's proceed, Miss O.
Now I'll show you how we should sit as both men and women.
Yes.
If you are sitting on a chair, if you have gone to dine, yes, your back should never touch the back of the chair if you have gone to dine. But if you have gone for a meeting or you're in office, your back should touch the back chair. And men, you sit with your legs together.
Oh, like this?
Yes. Or you cross your legs by the ankles. Still, you lock your hands and you put them on your lap. Never put your hands on the table or on the desk.
This is for both men and women?
No, this is for men.
Okay.
And women, we cross our legs by the ankles, but we take a slant because we are women. And we lock our hands and we put our hands on the lap. If there is an armrest, our right hand is the one that rests on the armrest, and you sit like this, still chest out, thumb in, and carrying a smile. But if you are ushered, you have gone for a meeting, you are ushered to sit on a couch, if someone asks you to sit on a sofa or a couch, they're just saying they don't have much time with you. And it's not serious business. Because if it's serious business, they usher you on a conference table or on the chairs in front of their desk. On a sofa, it's a relaxed thing. So you don't sit your full body on the sofa if you're ushered to sit on the couch. You sit at the edge of the couch and still carry the same stance. You are just communicating. I will not take much of your time also. It's the poise and posture. If you are making a presentation, sometimes people pose questions at you and you now want to relax as you listen to the questions. Don't look like someone who is drowned and is now cold. You are allowed to fold your arms, but make sure your fingers are out. You can listen to a question as you wait to answer the person by folding. But if you do this, you'll be communicating that you are not so sure about the question you're asking me and the topic I'm presenting, and you lack the confidence. But if you do this, you're saying, ask me about physics and chemistry, even if I didn't do it at school, I'll give you an answer. You can also put your hands on the waist, but make sure your fingers are showing, they are facing the front. Because if you do this, you're exuding also, I'm tired, and I'm not sure also, and you lack the confidence of the topic you are presenting, and you are not able to answer the questions.
Let's talk about pointing, because I've seen a lot of people, they are talking and they are pointing at using their fingers. How do you need to handle that?
The gestures, it's not, we say it's not proper to point at someone with a pointing finger, because it's an accusation finger. You point with both hands because that's how you point at somebody. But controlling your gestures, we have the professional way of showing. Let's say you want to talk about marketing, the subjects that are offered. You can say we have marketing, we have public relations, we have branding, we have this, we have that. That's the proper way of using gestures. If you now want to talk of branches, you find us in Bulawa, you find us in Gweru, you find us in Mutare. You don't have to say, you find us in Gweru, you find us in Mutare.
You're pointing to Mutare, you're pointing to Gweru and
the wrong direction of Mutare by doing that. But if you do this, then when it comes to you saying you accept currency, the local currency and the US dollars, you say, at ZTN, we accept both currencies, be it RTGS, our ZWL transfer, or US dollars. That's how you use. And we are open 24 hours because we have a call center. That's how you demonstrate the proper way of showing gestures.
Interesting, quite informative, quite educative. This is what you find at All Things Marketing with Gillian Rusike. As your host, I'm so excited because I'm also learning how to present myself before my visitors, be it in my office or even outside.
Good afternoon. In dining etiquette, when you are sitting, your back should not touch the back chair. And we say in dining etiquette, we eat from the left and we drink from the right, which means the side plate with a napkin and a butter knife on the left is yours. Any glassware and cups on the right are yours because we eat from the left and we drink from the right. When dining, for you to navigate the table setting, we also say in dining etiquette, we eat outside in, which means we start with the cutlery, which is furthest from the dinner plate. In this case, if you have ordered soup, they will leave this soup spoon on the table and remove this salad knife and this salad fork. We've started from outside. Then you are left with 2 knives and 2 forks. Because this is a formal dining where you are having an a la carte or a buffet. Then if you are to order fish, they will come and remove the meat knife and the meat fork. Then you are left with the fish knife and the fish fork. If you do the opposite, they also remove the fish knife and the fish fork. The steak knife is never set on the table because it's dangerous. Anyone can get angry whilst the table is set and stab someone with it. This is only brought in if you are to order steak. They will then come and remove the fish, the meat knife and the fish knife and replace it with the steak knife. And this is the cutlery. And on top here, we have the dessert cutlery. Please note all the women who give their husbands and their children this spoon to eat rice with. This is meant for dessert. This is meant for porridge or cereal and never for the main course. And we also have a teaspoon. It depends with the cup you are using. If it's a big cup like this one, then you use this teaspoon. If you are using a small cup like this one, then you also use the small teaspoon. This can also be used for dessert, depends on what you are eating for dessert. So the top part is for dessert. Please note coffee and tea, they are also considered dessert. So if you are that person who doesn't take sugar and there's ice cream and cake being served, please order your tea or your coffee for dessert. Then this butter knife in your side plate is not meant for cutting because it does not have cutting edge. It's only meant to spread butter on the bread roll which comes the moment we sit down to dine. And this napkin, the moment you sit down to dine, that's when you take the napkin nicely and put it on your lap. It's only the toddlers 3 years and below and seniors 65 years and above who are allowed to put this napkin in their collar like this, baby feeding. Everyone else, we take it and put it on our lap. The moment you finish dining, if you finish dining, you don't fold it the way it was, but you fold it nicely and you put it on the left of your side plate. If you are to excuse yourself to go away to refresh yourself, you leave this napkin on your chair because it will be indicating to someone who comes late for an event that the chair is taken. Then I go to glasses. When you find a setting like this with this glass here, it shows that there is a celebration, there's going to be a toast, because this is a champagne flute. The moment the celebrations or the toast is done, this champagne flute is removed. We don't use it for wine. We only use it for champagne. Then a setting without a celebration will have these 3 glasses. The first one, which is always on the top and which is the largest, is a water goblet, this one. This one is called a water goblet. And the one in the middle with a stouter board here, it's for red wine because red wine needs to breathe. Then the one at the bottom is white wine. So if a waiter comes and wants to pour you red wine and you don't take alcohol, you don't need to tell the waiter that you don't take alcohol. You simply raise the water goblet. He will pass you and come back and pour water for you. Sometimes they replace the water goblet with a proper water glass for you. But if you take alcohol but is holding red wine, you also don't say to the waiter, I don't take red wine, I prefer white wine. You simply raise the white wine glass, he will pass you and bring the white wine and pour for you. Don't close, don't turn the glass. Only toddlers 65 years and above are allowed to close or turn because sometimes they forget which glass stands for what. For you to remember, just remember the W's are at the end, water, white wine, red wine in the middle. Then we have these, the pepper shaker and salt shaker. We call them twins. If Gillian is to ask for salt from me, I have to pass the 2 together because they are twins. And I don't have to reach out to Gillian. I pass on the 2, then he passes on to Gillian. Because I am disturbing his eating, if Gillian is to season his food with salt, then he realizes he also needs pepper, he will disturb the process. So you move these together. He makes his decision with the two things sitting there. Then if I am to pass this to Gillian, then my brother here feels he wants to season his food also. But he didn't ask for salt, it was Gillian. You pass, then you ask from Gillian. Don't stop the things by you and season, then pass on to Gillian. And men, please don't season your food before tasting. You first taste and you season, because it offends the person who has prepared food if you season before tasting. Then we have tea. When we are having tea, sometimes or always, I see people stirring their tea like this. This is a no-no, because you find out after doing this, there is a lump of sugar in the middle, there's sugar granules in the middle, or a lump of honey. We stir our tea, our coffee, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or back forth. That's how you stir your tea. And after stirring your tea, please don't bang the cup, because this is a communication attention sign. You simply raise your teaspoon and you put it on your side. And when you're drinking from a cup like this, your thumb is the one that supports the cup and you drink. If you are drinking tea from a high table like this one, you just lift the cup and you drink. But if you are drinking from a coffee table or a lower table, you lift both the cup and the saucer and you drink. If you are drinking from a smaller cup like this, you don't have to put your thumb there, but these two fingers hold your cup and you drink. That's how you drink from a small cup like this. If a cup comes with a saucer, which looks like a coffee mug, this one looks like a coffee mug, but if you buy it with a saucer, then it's a teacup. Anything with a saucer, it's a teacup. A coffee mug comes without a saucer. As much as it is big to be a coffee mug, but as long as it comes with a saucer, it's a tea mug. Then we have the soup bowl. When soup is brought in a cup, sometimes they bring in with a saucer like this. You're allowed to drink straight from the cup, your soup. If it comes in a bowl like this, you can either use the spoon that comes with the bowl, or you use the soup spoon. We don't drink the soup straight like this. We scoop it away from us. That's how we drink the soup. Reasoning behind it, any spoon that goes into liquid holds a drop there. So if you push it back away from you, the moment you bring it to your mouth, the drop drops in the plate. Unlike if you do that, it drops on you. That's the reasoning behind it. When you are dining, I've seen a lot of people or had accidents happening when they are dining because forks and knives slip down because you rest your fork and knife like this. This is the wrong way of resting your fork and knife when dining. You rest them inside the plate like this. It's a sign that you are resting, you continue eating. When you finish eating, looking at this plate as a clock, 12 o'clock, half past, quarter past, you place your cutlery between quarter past and half past. That's a sign that you have finished eating. And women, it's very important for us to invest in either paper serviettes or these cloth serviettes. Do not give your husbands or visitors dish towels to wipe or to dry their hands. Each and every person should use her or his own cloth, not a dish towel. A dish towel is meant to dry dishes and not hands.
Hello, welcome back to All Things Marketing with Gillian Rusike. This is the program that informs, educates, critiques all things marketing. And today we are on dining etiquette with Vakoma. Miss O, we are about to eat. How do you present yourself?
Right, now we move to the cut. So, okay, so I like eating like this. You know, sometimes when you have rice, because you don't want to pick up the rice little bits like this. You eat like this. But I'm feeling that you're looking, the way you're looking at me, it's a no-no.
Andy, that's a no-no. We all know that all things being marketing, interviews are happening at hotels, at restaurants.
Yes.
We also know that deals are being closed at a hotel. We also know that your self-esteem can be killed if you do the things wrongly, if you go to dine. So it's very important for you to understand these things. Hold again the way you were holding your cutlery. It's a no-no, even at your house. But formal dining, we are talking business here. This pointing finger presses your fork. This pointing finger presses your knife, and you cut your food, you put on here. And it, don't turn your fork like this and put rice and start eating, no matter how hungry you are. Remember, we are in a business conversation, we are in an interview, you are eating. You don't want to put too much food in your mouth. It will choke you.
And there you have it, viewers. Very exciting, very informative, very educative as well. And we are here to critique some of the things that we do as business people. I want to thank you for joining us tonight on All Things Marketing. Please don't hesitate to get in touch with us through our social media handles, ZTNPRIME. You can continue the conversation, and Miss O can also join us for further conversation on business etiquette and image. She is full of wealth, and you can even contact her if you want also to learn from her how you need to conduct yourselves. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us tonight on ZTNPRIME.